Hi, I'm Sudeep Fernandez. I'm a career counselor, an NLP practitioner, an international trainer, and the co founder of The Catalysts. Congratulations to many of you who have received your results. There are some people who perhaps are waiting for their results. As a career counselor, I'm here to tell you that, in my professional opinion, it is absolutely fine, absolutely perfect to be undecided at this moment. So, what are you feeling at this moment? Is it excitement? Is it some sort of anxiety? Is it a little disappointment? Or perhaps is it just some sort of nervousness? Let me tell you, it is perfectly and absolutely natural. I want you to be with these feelings. Feel the feeling. Because we need to acknowledge these feelings. They are authentic. This is what we feel. This is my reality at this moment. So, if you are like most students I have met thus far, there are basically four ways by which students choose careers right now. Number one is opportunity perception. You know, this statements that you hear is this is a growing field, there is great scope, or this will ensure a very good job. Another way that they select careers is family influence. Perhaps my dad is a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or an artist, and I feel pressured without their pressure directly. I feel a secondary or a tertiary pressure to join that career. Another significant pressure is peer pressure. It's common knowledge, students in class 10, there is this very untrue myth rather, that if I take science I'm intelligent, and if I take arts or commerce I'm a dud. Honestly, there is enough evidence today that a career in arts may be quite promising compared to a career in science. I say that because the number of opportunities that have opened are humongous. And finally, there is parental pressure. How students choose careers, because my dad is a doctor and my dad wants me to be a doctor because it is something to do with society and how people will view me, or perhaps an ego, or taking the business forward or taking the legacy forward. All these pressures are pointless. And if you are like most students and have used either of these methods to select your career, let me tell you, it is devastating when you sit 6 months or 8 months down the course and you feel there is a poor connect with the course. You feel disconnected, dissatisfied, disengaged. You have a lot of psychological issues from there, whether it be negativity and stress and depression, frustration, a lot of emotional investment into the course. Apart from that, parents have invested a lot of money, so there is another pressure that a lot of money, finance has gone in. Many cases exist where students have taken hefty loans from banks, so the repayment is again a pressure on you. And apart from this, there is also the psychological pressure of poor marks, failing in subjects, taking 80 KTs into the next year. There is a lot of societal pressure, a lot of peer pressure as peers go ahead and you're left behind. So it's a very negative vortex, and the truth is it can be avoided. So make the right choice today. Contact an experienced expert career counselor who has a legacy of helping students find out who they are and helping them move forward. A small example I'd like to give you is, the first thing when you look at yourself in the morning in the mirror, you have this disheveled look with unruly hair and sleepiness in your eyes, and perhaps for ladies, your makeup of last night smudged, etc. I'm sure you don't take a brick and throw at the mirror. So you cannot blame the mirror for throwing up a reflection of yourself. It may be unpleasant, yes, but it is accurate, it is authentic, it is just who you are. So if you are like most students, you have invested this time wisely, and I congratulate you for doing that. You may have been to various career talks, maybe various webinars, or may have read up a lot of stuff on the internet. All that is very, very good, perhaps even very, very essential. However, there is a caveat. Perhaps knowing yourself is most important. You may have all the information, but that is the external. It's what is more important is the internal. Knowing what makes me tick, what are the things that I like doing, interest me, what is my capacity to do things, what is my personality, what are the various strengths and weaknesses that I have, areas about what my true purpose is, what is my calling in life, what do I actually want to achieve in life. It's good that you go to a career talk, but none of this helps you decide what exactly is accurate for you. A small example, we've gone to many a doctor. A doctor cannot look at you and tell you just on the face of it what exactly is wrong with you or what is the ailment you suffer from. You definitely have to perhaps do a various battery of tests to figure out accurately what is the issue and how it could be remedied. In a similar vein, until you go to a career counselor, somebody who is equipped, has been trained to go through and study your case, understand who you are, and help you through this career decision, it will be ineffective or perhaps futile. Some tools that a career counselor uses are maybe psychometric assessments. Now, one would want to understand what is a psychometric assessment. Psychometric assessment is not your run-of-the-mill aptitude tests. Often it is confused, and many students are administered a simple aptitude test, but that is actually ineffective. And why do I say that? Because it does not take into account your interests, your passion, your personality, and every other area of your life which is vital for a successful career. So a trained career counselor is an expert who is actually trained in career counseling. He is trained to guide you through the career process. And how does he do that? By administering a scientific, standardized psychometric assessment. Now, one might wonder, what is a psychometric assessment? I have had one of these in schools. Honestly, schools may or may not give you a psychometric assessment. A psychometric assessment captures areas of your personality, your skills, your interests, maybe your values and motivations, your personality, and your aptitude. Within aptitude also, there are various parameters that it focuses on. It's not only numerical aptitude, which is your math. That's generally what we confuse an aptitude test with a psychometric assessment. It also takes into account your verbal ability. That's what a psychometric assessment does. Your verbal ability, your mechanical ability, your reasoning and critical reasoning ability, your ability to work with shapes and patterns, which forms part of your spatial ability. So that's what a psychometric assessment does. Let's also now take a look at what is measured under the interest section. So within interest, you have realistic people who like to work with their hands, right? They like physical strength. They use physical strength in their daily work. For example, sports people. Investigators, people who are very curious, want to research more, find out more, understand more. people with an artistic bent of mind, maybe the dreamers, the poets, the musicians, the painters and sculptors, various other art forms. People with a very social connect, social bent of mind where they want to work with society, help people, engage with people. And then enterprising people are those who are the risk takers. They like to go out and do things themselves, take charge, take control, and organize. And then there are the conventional people who are well organized themselves, they have everything systematically planned, and they like to manage others, right? So that's what the intersection, takes care of. So let's take a look at what the personality section of a psychometric assessment measures, some parameters. It measures your conscientiousness, which means whether you're organized or disorganized, or whether you're disciplined or indisciplined or impulsive. Your agreeableness, which would be whether you're soft-hearted or you're ruthless or trusting and suspicious. Your emotional stability, how do you perform under pressure in trying situations. Also your openness, whether you're trusting of people, whether you're imaginative, whether you're practical. Your extroversion, whether you work in social groups, you like to work in groups, or you like to work individually. So that's also something that the personality section measures. Another interesting aspect is taking a look at the values. What values drive you? So let's look at the various steps involved in selecting a career and how you could do that accurately. So the first stage is exploration or exploring various careers. It's the information gathering stage, and that's precisely what you've done all this while. You have gathered information through career talks, through webinars, through the internet, etc., etc. The next step is the most vital in this entire process, which is an assessment, a career assessment through a psychometric assessment, and this can only be given to you or administered through a trained expert career counselor, a trained expert career counselor who is unbiased. That's a very, very important word, unbiased. I'd like to cover a little about that right now. You see, there are various coaching classes, various training centers which prepare you for various exams. It could be CLAT, it could be exams in design, it could be architecture, the management studies, bank exams, etc. And all of them have these, so to say, counselors. But frankly, the question you must ask is, are these trained career counselors? Are these people who will be able to guide you with that life-changing decision about which career is best suited for you without any bias, without forcing you into a career or a course which they are running? So ultimately, many a time, these so-called counselors are none other than sales agents for that education enterprise or that coaching class, right? So it's necessary to go to an unbiased career counselor who has nothing to do with any coaching classes, does not refer you to colleges unless you seek his advice or her advice, right? So the psychometric assessment we have covered, that will generate for you a report. Now, an accurate standardized career assessment will not tell you what to do. It will give you a range of options, and no career counselor or trained career counselor will insist on you taking a particular career decision. They will only be with you and journey with you through the process, and that's what we at the Catalysts do. We work with students, we help them discover themselves, feed them with information, have a dialogue, and come to a juncture where they can make 3 or 4 career choices, which could be plan A, plan B, plan C, right? Because you are also evolving, and perhaps your decisions may evolve over time. It is good to have plan A, plan B, plan C. After the assessment, we move to the next phase, which is the counseling phase, where you actually get to discovering your plan A, plan B, plan C. You then move to finding the right course for you, and finally, it is finding the right set of colleges. In India, we kind of do that all upside down, and that's precisely what we need to change. We first find a college, and then find a course, and then find a career. It has to be done upside down. We need to figure out what is my career fit first, then move to selecting my subjects, and then move to the colleges. So before you go and sign up for a particular stream of study or a college, or commit to a coaching class or to any other program of study, take a psychometric assessment today from an authentic, unbiased, expert career counselor. So see you on the other side. I'm leaving the link to our career assessment, to our career program. You can register there, and we will definitely, somebody from our office will get in touch with you, and we can help you and enable you, journey with you through this absolutely exciting journey ahead.